Blackhead prevention begins with calm habits, not harsh treatment. Blackheads form when oil, dead skin cells, and tiny bits of everyday debris collect inside a pore, and the top of that plug darkens after exposure to air. They are not a sign that someone is dirty, and they usually do not improve when the skin is scrubbed aggressively. In many cases, rough treatment only leaves the skin more irritated, more reactive, and harder to manage. A steady routine usually works better than an intense one. Wash the face gently in the morning and again at night with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water. Avoid very hot water, rough scrubs, harsh brushes, and the urge to attack the skin as if it were a stain that can be polished away. If makeup, sunscreen, sweat, or daily buildup is still on the skin at the end of the day, remove it fully before bed. Lightweight, water-based, or non-comedogenic products are often a better choice for skin that clogs easily, especially around the nose, chin, forehead, and jawline. Moisturizer still matters, even when skin feels oily, because skin that feels stripped and uncomfortable can become more reactive. If the skin tolerates it, salicylic acid may help loosen clogged material inside pores, and adapalene may help keep pores from becoming blocked over time. The important thing is to start slowly and stay steady instead of trying too much too fast. Squeezing blackheads with fingernails or tools may feel productive for a moment, but it often leads to irritation, lingering marks, and a cycle of touching the face that creates more trouble than progress. Hair oils, pomades, and heavy styling products can also quietly contribute to clogged pores around the forehead and temples, so it helps to keep those products away from facial skin whenever possible. Pillowcases, hats, and phone screens do not need to become a source of anxiety, but keeping them reasonably clean supports a better environment for the skin. Prevention is not about perfection. It is about making pores less likely to clog, keeping the skin barrier calmer, and choosing a routine gentle enough to keep doing for months. And now, with that practical skin advice folded away neatly, like a clean towel in a bathroom cabinet, let us move into the longer, warmer, and much more cheerful part of the evening, where instead of cleansers, cotton pads, and magnifying mirrors, we find ourselves in a small American town full of folding chairs, name tags, coffee urns, cheerful confusion, and one retired gentleman who accidentally becomes the most talked about man at the Silver Pines Senior Center. In the town of Ashbury Falls, Ohio, 76-year-old Gerald Whitcomb believed that retirement should be built around three noble pillars: early coffee, quiet afternoons, and the legal right to leave any gathering before dessert if the chairs were uncomfortable. Gerald had retired from the county tax office 11 years earlier, and though he never described himself as an exciting man, he had become an extraordinarily organized one. He liked envelopes stacked by size, soup eaten from the same blue bowl every Tuesday, and weather forecasts delivered without enthusiasm. He believed a thermostat should never be adjusted dramatically, that a pen should be returned to the drawer it came from, and that anyone who used the phrase "fun surprise" should be watched closely. He lived alone in a pale brick house with a trim lawn, a screened back porch, and a garage so neatly arranged that the rake, shovel, and hedge clippers looked as if they had signed a code of conduct. His wife, Marion, had died 5 years earlier. Since then, he had built routines sturdy enough to hold the day together. Coffee at 6, newspaper at 6:15, toast at 7, a short walk after breakfast if the weather had not turned theatrical, lunch at noon, a nap at 1:30, which he referred to as horizontal planning, supper at 5:30, dishes at 6, porch until dark, bed by 10. It was quiet, respectable, manageable, but some evenings, especially in late autumn, when the house settled around him and the refrigerator hummed like an elderly witness, the silence seemed a little too complete. The main threat to Gerald's peace was not noise, exactly. It was Doris Fenwick. Doris was 72, energetic, bright-eyed, and possessed of the kind of volunteer spirit that makes other people nervous the moment they see her approaching with paper in her hand. She wore cheerful floral blouses, cardigans the color of sherbet, and reading glasses on a gold chain that gave her the look of a woman who could organize a fundraiser, settle a disagreement, and find the missing extension cord before anyone else finished complaining. She ran half the activities at the Silver Pines Senior Center, helped with the church welcome desk, organized the holiday card drive, and firmly believed every older adult in Ashbury Falls needed a little more engagement, which Gerald privately translated as a little less freedom. On a Tuesday afternoon in November, Gerald was enjoying what he considered an ideal situation: a mug of hot coffee, a turkey sandwich, and an uninterrupted hour of absolutely nothing important. Then Doris knocked on the back screen door with the rhythm of a person announcing useful trouble. Gerald looked up and said, "No." Doris opened the door and stepped in. "I haven't even spoken." "You're holding a clipboard." "I'm also holding banana bread. That makes it more dangerous, not less." She set the wrapped loaf on the table and sat down across from him. "I need a favor." "There it is. The Silver Pines Fall Mixer has a problem. All your events have problems. This one has a host problem." "That sounds like your specialty." It was, until Norman Wilkes slipped on his own driveway and now has a strained hip and a strong opinion about concrete. Gerald nodded once. "That sounds believable. So naturally, I thought of you." He stared at her. "Why would you do that?" "Because you speak clearly, people listen to you, and you're funny." "I am not funny." "You are after 70. Dry counts." "I worked in municipal tax review." "Exactly. You spent 40 years explaining bad news in complete sentences. That is a performance skill. That is not the same as wanting a microphone. You won't have to perform. Just welcome everyone, introduce the activities, keep the schedule moving, and maybe tell one or two little stories." "That sounds like performing for people holding cookies." "That sounds like community. That sounds like organized ambush." Doris smiled as if she had been waiting for that. "You'll be good. I'll be reluctant. That is not a talent. It should be." She flipped the clipboard over. "I may already have put your name down in pencil." Gerald looked at the banana bread. "You volunteered me before I agreed." "In pencil," Doris said. "I'm not irresponsible. No, just efficient in a way that undermines trust. The mixer is Thursday at 3. And if I refuse, I'll tell everyone you were intimidated by a microphone and autumn-themed table centerpieces. Those are not equal threats. Together they form a very compelling narrative." So that was how Gerald Whitcomb, retired tax office man and champion of manageable afternoons, became the emergency master of ceremonies for the Silver Pines Fall Mixer. He spent the next day preparing as if he were about to moderate a peace summit between rival pudding factions. He found his charcoal blazer, the one reserved for funerals, anniversaries, and any restaurant where the napkins felt too ambitious. He polished his loafers. He wrote note cards. Then he rewrote them. Then he made backup note cards because the first set looked too optimistic. On Thursday morning, his daughter Melissa called from Milwaukee. "Dad," Doris told Nancy. Nancy told Aunt Evelyn, and Aunt Evelyn told me you're hosting the Senior Center Mixer. Doris should not have access to a communications network, Gerald said. Melissa laughed. "You'll do great. I have 5 note cards. That means you care. I have backup note cards. That means you are still exactly yourself. I also practiced saying the name of the ukulele duo. That means you're prepared." He practiced in the hallway mirror. "Good afternoon, everyone, And welcome to the fall mixer. Too stiff. Hello, friends. Too sentimental. He looked like a man offering soup during a weather emergency. It's lovely to see you all here. Too false. He had no idea yet whether it would be lovely. By the fourth attempt, he had greeted himself twice, thanked the umbrella stand, and nodded respectfully at a coat hook. At that point, he decided rehearsal had become undignified. The Silver Pines Senior Center sat at the edge of town beside a small park and a duck pond that contained 3 ducks and 1 goose with a grievance. The building was cheerful in the way community buildings are cheerful. Beige walls, bright flyers, indoor plants that looked heavily encouraged, and tables covered in seasonal decorations made by volunteers with time and feelings. That afternoon, the main hall was full of round tables with orange cloths, little jars of candy corn, battery candles, paper leaves, and centerpieces involving miniature scarecrows that Gerald found faintly accusatory. Doris met him at the entrance, wearing a cranberry sweater and a look of total administrative momentum. "You're late. I'm 4 minutes early." "That is socially late. That is mathematically impossible." "You look distinguished." "You look dangerous." "That's because I'm prepared." "That's exactly what I mean." The room was already filling. Retirees in cardigans settled into chairs with coffee cups and opinions. A volunteer arranged cookies on trays with the seriousness of military deployment. 2 men in suspenders discussed blood pressure medication as if comparing sports statistics. 3 widows at the back table had already begun evaluating everyone else's clothing with the calm precision of federal auditors. Doris handed Gerald the microphone. "Start with a welcome, then the icebreaker game, then the joke jar, then refreshments, then music, then the prize drawing." "There's a joke jar?" "Yes." "Why?" "So people can write funny memories and we can read them aloud." "That seems risky." "That's why you're doing the reading." She vanished before he could object. Gerald stepped to the front. The microphone squealed. Half the room startled. "Well," he said, "that certainly narrowed the focus." The room laughed. "Interesting," he thought. He adjusted the microphone again and cleared his throat. "Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Silver Pines Fall Mixer, the only event in town where you can drink coffee, win a prize, and evaluate decorative pumpkins without legal consequence."